Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. This is David Kim. Hey, Suzie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, David. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
In fact, I watched your podcast. It is very entertaining. You look very professional, very nice.
Oh, good. Oh, you did. Thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
you look very good.
Thank you.
Videos. So I have to learn from you.
Well, I've been interviewed for like 13 years straight. So yeah. I was in the US for 10 years and then came back home in 2007. But initially just working as a media makeup artist. Inside of there, came to find a gap in the retail cosmetics market. Because there was very few, all brands that were being sold in retail cosmetics were imported, like international brands. And then nothing that quite suited our skin tones and like skin color. And then also way unaffordable. Right. So what I used to buy in the US for $20 was about $100 for that one product.
So imported the local price of the imported cosmetic in Africa that cost $100. That's what you mean.
I'm buying it retail for $100. What I would buy in the US for $20, I was buying in Kenya for $100.
That's nonsense, right?
Crazy.
So in terms of
nonsense is right. Also, what the problem is that there was no official like sort of way to import different brands. So people were going abroad and just it was called like sort of suitcase buying. Go and buy at duty free. You go and buy whatever. You come and put it in your shop. Mm-hmm.
So
it's not the big brand that's officially landing here and putting up that margin. So it's the individual. So now, but it's very different now. We'll get there.
I mean, personally, when I traveled abroad, I have observed a very interesting situation of cosmetic market in the other country. Like I traveled to Iran long time ago, many years ago. Iran, as you know, Iran is sanctioned by the US that they cannot import anything officially, formally.
Right.
I mean, also they are Muslim country. So I thought that they don't, I mean, the cosmetic market is not that big, but because Muslim is, but they cover everywhere, right? But what do you call it? Hijab, right? But
sure.
Very interesting thing is Iran is the 7th largest cosmetic market in the world, and
that doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah, what happened is probably a similar situation in Africa. They cannot officially import, so a lot of product coming through the black market, and the fake, as you said, fake,
exactly.
And, a little bit of a very poor local product, and fake, and then the smuggled product. But as you mentioned about the situation in Africa, price is quite high.
So I'm going to tell you to even just look based on what you're talking about. Dubai, it's still a very Islamic, the Emirates, the Emiratis, the girls all have the hijab on all day, but the biggest brands on the planet are in all the amazing malls there, selling at top dollar and selling out. Right. But so it reminds me of my childhood. I had an Arabic friend who, a mom, used to wear the full bui and would pick us up from school. We go to the house and she takes off her bui when we're in the house because now she's, not in public. She has like the beautifulest tight jeans and like the highest heels and the most beautiful makeup. I'm like, all that was underneath there. So I think it's for them, it's even a mentality, like even just knowing that they have it on, even if nobody's seeing it. I think it's a mentality.
It's a kind of the suppressed desire. I mean, human nature. If regulation and religion control and restrict the specific behavior of people, then those suppressed desire getting stronger and stronger over time. That's human nature.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, maybe so.
Actually, because I discussed about this topic about the Iranian cosmetic market, They cannot import. How come they have become the seventh largest cosmetic market in the world? And then, in my personal opinion, I describe probably that oppressed desire, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because they need to focus on the face.
Absolutely. Sure. So I've been so even what makes my brand Suzie Beauty be Kenya's first beauty brand is because there was no local brands. By the time I was deciding, you know what, I'm going to try and fill this gap in the cosmetic market because it doesn't exist. So and having such a long time beauty background and also product development background, it was going to be quite easy for me to create a brand and product. Product was very important to me also. And so that's where Suzie Beauty was born.
See.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. What most surprised me about the potential of the cosmetic is there is a couple of the popular business model for startup, right? Easy to scale the business. Like, for example, fintech and ride hailing, delivery.
Some are very obvious.
Delivery and e-commerce. That's it, right? Everywhere those businesses, even in Africa, I have found a lot of the startup who raise huge money from the outside investor. Usually, one out of these three business, right? As compared to the other brick and mortar business. But very interesting thing, in Korea, I have observed a very, very interesting, incredible drama-like exit of the two Korean K-beauty startup in 2017 and 2018. In 2017, Unilever paid $2.7 billion to buy the Korean cosmetic startup Cover Korea. $2.7 billion. So this is a startup. I'm not talking about the semiconductor or the deep learning, machine learning, or AI or whatever. I'm talking about the brick and mortar business. Actually, they didn't manufacture. Probably similar to your business model. They brand
with a contract manufacturer.
They design it and then they work together with the contract manufacturer. So, but still, very young company started from the scratch. We buy one or two guy, and then quickly grow the business and sell it for the $2.7 billion to the Unilever, not to the Chinese buyer, to Unilever. So 1 year later, 2018. Another startup, Style Landa, is a K-beauty and fashion startup brand, which was started as a drop shipping model by a very young lady. I think she set up she founded the company when she was like early 20, right after the school. And then the company sold to L'Oreal for $400 million for 70% of the company. Later, she sold the remaining 30% to the L'Oreal again for the undisclosed amount. So altogether, I can easily guess because remaining 30%, she can get even higher price because of
higher valuation.
Then it's easily, I can guess, $700 million for entire company.
What?
So this is only the industry. I mean, I'm the professional investor banker, so this is only the industry among the brick and mortar type of business. They sort of the unicorn valuation within 10 years. Do you think the same unicorn story for cosmetic in Africa possible?
I think possible. I don't know about that high evaluation though. One, we don't have very many like a well-established brands on the continent. Even for me, I'm going to say like my valuation would never reach there. Not soon, but because this is a homegrown and like long time situation. The fact that even my brand was acquired 4 years later, for me that was very, very soon. I wouldn't, if it wasn't.
But these two brands, as I said, a startup. I mean, I didn't even hear about it. I didn't even hear about this brand before.
You've said the brands also now, and I still I don't know that.
You don't know that, right? But given the price at $2.7 billion, I mean, we can quickly think that this must be very internationally well-known brand, right?
It might be an Asian market situation.
But I mean, Korean market is very small. So they cannot explain only by the market size, right? Korean market is very small. But Unilever and then L'Oreal, because I'm my background in finance investment, I think they translate potential of this brand into the global market, expansion into the global market.
Really?
So they they saw that like foundation and brand dynamic and the team's capability develop the product and design whatever, and then quickly launch and execute the business again and again.
And then also like the fact that like even you're talking about it's a young founder.
Yeah,
it's not even like decades of experience in the industry, and that's fascinating. I know if you're talking about would that happen here and now, I definitely think the answer would be no.
I'm not asking you whether the one African cosmetic brand can get a valuation where it's at $2 billion, $3 billion. It's not my question. Question is that in terms of potential, local brand,
to get there at some point.
To get some point, and then even smaller valuation, but take advantage of take advantage.
That is 100%. Yeah,
right.
So L'Oreal already came in and bought a company here where then they established L'Oreal East Africa. Yeah. So they bought a brand called Nice and Lovely, which had existed for many years and started from it's a mass market brand. So they bought it out for a huge it was in the press for a year maybe, and the amount that they bought it out for. So but it's not a makeup brand. It's an entire beauty brand. It's like lotions, like body lotion, shampoos, and it's hair, body, skincare.
Yeah, body, skincare.
So then L'Oreal came to establish themselves here by buying them out and then taking over sort of their business and then trying to establish L'Oreal into the market. So that made sense, and that they would buy it out for that much. And that's been the biggest buyout for sure.
I think it's a potential of local brand, like relative to the international brand like L'Oreal. I mean, L'Oreal is an international brand. It's not an African brand. They don't understand the consumer in Africa.
L'Oreal is not one brand. It's many brands, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, still, they are not African brand. They are not local brand.
Exactly.
That's my point. Yes, so they do not. They don't try to customize, localize product and price. Product and prices even. They don't care, right? They said the price is for $20.
You are why do you know this? You are so right. So absolutely correct.
I've been making investment 30 years and financing 30 years. I always have a discussion with thousands of business owners. I have observed that.
You are 100% correct.
They don't care, right? So Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy, iPhone is the same. They set the price. They set the preset the design. They don't care about the needs and wants of the customer.
Like now, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you another example. MAC Cosmetics. They launched in Kenya a few years ago, whereby it's really mean. Like whereby what they sell in the US, like their foundation might be whatever $25 in the States, but it's double that here.
Right.
But they're officially distributing here. Like now, this is official distribution. They have proper like a distribution partner, all that. But still, it's double the price. And then the product, like not necessarily localized.
Because those large company, I always work for the large international company and large bank, right? But the problem of the large company relative to the entrepreneur and startup, they try to scale the operation. They set the price. They don't listen to the buyer customer in the rural area of Africa. They don't really care. They don't have that process.
Not even a little bit. You're absolutely right.
I mean, that's a systematical problem of international company or large company.
You got that. You got that. You've hit the nail with a hammer. Listen. So where I came into distributing Suzie Beauty into the market was one, okay, fine. As a makeup artist, I'm very particular about the product. I needed to make it fit into our skin tones and all the right textures, all that stuff. Good, great, product done. But even the quality, because we have a hugely growing middle class, and which we didn't have before. These women, they are discerning. It's a discerning market. They know they know what they want. You're not going to cheat them. Like, don't lie to them. Like, and I also, why would you ever? But then they know what they want for themselves. They have disposable income, and they don't mind buying everything locally. They don't travel many times a year in order to go and like stock up on their stuff at duty free or like wherever they're traveling to, which they might not even find the right product for themselves because it's, they're going to, Sweden or something. Like, why would they find a product for their skin types there?
Right.
So that was the point of bringing Suzie Beauty into the local market. And when people would ask me, like, aren't you afraid? Because people here in Africa like international products. Aren't you scared? When you're saying it's a Kenyan product that they'll shy away. I'm like, no, I'm for sure that they're going to buy it because it's a Kenyan product. Yes. And it was the right time, though. It was also the right time. Everyone's sort of like trying to build Africa and build Kenya, and it's a whole like movement. It's been a movement. So that it was the right time and that type of thing. But it's still a very slow growing market and situation. It's not as easy as, I know that, like, if when Mac came here, they're willing to lose a few billion of dollars into getting into a market, whereby we are starting from scratch, like, at the ground level and like grinding up.
Yes.
Yeah. The caring spirit is not there. You are completely right. And mine is, you call me, you consumer, you customer, your name is Angela. Okay. And you want a darker shade of purple for the lipstick. Okay. I'll try and bring that to the next collection. I will do my best. And she can access me directly.
Right.
So, that's also another difference with the caring that you're talking about.
Yeah. Actually, that story reminds me of another startup. I forgot the name of the startup, but the company founded by African guy. He always complained about a razor, a shaver, because black people has a different body hair, right? Different type of curly hair. So using the Gillette
or all the struggles. Yes,
Gillette is actually that's a torture. People using the white guy developed the razor shape.
Gillette,
right? Gillette. So he developed. I read somewhere that guy always thought it's a crazy. This is crazy to buy the Gillette or something, but it doesn't work for.
It's so expensive.
And then that's the way he launched the startup.
Okay, fantastic. See, I like those stories.
Yeah.
Because it's funny enough, like I think it was 2012 or 2013, 2012 or 2015, something like a few years ago. I was called to Harvard to be on a panel, just talking about localization in the African market, because nobody pays attention to that. And we were a panel of me and three guys, and one of them was the founder of Jumia. You know Jumia?
Yes, I heard of them.
Jumia is like the Amazon of Africa.
Yeah.
And just talking about how important it is to localize, because people don't pay attention. I don't know why though. Why would you not pay attention to that? That's like so important. To fit your customer in the most appropriate way. And it doesn't even go down to retail. Like, yes, retail is important, but even banking, because there's international banks that come into different countries, and you're not localizing the products to the customer that's here buying your products or using your products.
Right.
So people need to just get that into their heads when they're developing these brands, right?
Yes. So startup and SME in the local, emerging market like Africa, they can leverage what the global company already achieved, and then leverage that, then localize their product to serve the needs and desire of a local consumer.
And times are changing.
The
consumer is changing.
Right.
So, I mean, there's the millennial, I mean, there's all the generation X, Y, Z, millennials, like all the stuff. And people have different needs.
Yeah. I'm looking at your profile that you are the founder of Suzie Beauty, and you described that this is revolutionary line. Kenya's the first beauty brand and global trailblazer in creating the bespoke product for African women by African women. Also, you are the podcaster, right? Or podcast hoster. And Suzie, yeah, you're doing a lot. You're wearing so many hats, right? Yeah. So please tell us who you are and how you got into space. And
Sure. Okay, so yes, you said it right. My name is Suzie Wokabi. I'm the founder of Suzie Beauty, which is Kenya's first beauty brand, which I created for us, the African woman. And we've been retailing in the market since 2012, so about 9 years now. And it is a different product than what international beauty brands have brought into our market. So that's what makes it stand out a little bit. And I've been very particular about having really great quality, but with affordability, which has been lacking in the market as well. So I did find a gap in the market that I decided to try and fill with my background in makeup artistry and product development, which made it quite easy for me to create the right product for us. And so, yes, so I'm very proud of that baby. And for as much as that continues to thrive and we struggled through COVID, of course, we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But I had to start to look, and spread my wings a little further, and things I've done in the past, 12 years or so, like in my career, what else interests me? So I'm going to say my first love is beauty and continues to be. And then I found this media space that I'm really quite enjoying, and that's where my podcast comes in.
So how do you feel? I mean, you become a guest instead of host on the podcast.
Funny enough, before I started my beauty brand, I had a lot of media celebrities who I would do makeup on, or work for the media companies. So I've been interviewed consistently since the year 2009.
I see.
So I've been interviewed so many times that being the interviewer is not difficult for me at all. It's actually very fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found the interesting description. I mean, very clear-cut description of a business. Put a dark-skinned woman and African son together. Then I think this is like a good way to explain the problem you are solving now. So what problem are you solving now? What are the leading products?
Yes, so I did solve the problem with introducing Suzie Beauty into the market, because even inside of my product development for the brand, for the line, I did have to know what all our humidity levels, temperature, climate, all that. Our skin textures are a little bit different. So catering to all that's kind of, I think, what made the difference. It was so just bringing something that didn't exist before into the market. I think that was my main hurrah. So I think I succeeded there, and then I have such a loyal following and a great clientele who have never given up on me through all the ups and downs, because there have been many ups and downs. So right now, I mean, I started off with introducing 9 product lines into the market, and then now we're at I'm going to say 18 or 19 product lines. And by product lines, I mean, lipstick.
So are you doing both the makeup, I mean, color and the skincare? Or do you have a focus?
Exactly. So color, cosmetics, and skin. So in 2018, we launched skincare.
Okay.
And had been waited for so long, so it's doing great. So we have a full makeup line, a full range of application brushes, and then we have a full range of skincare.
What color of the lipstick African lady love?
So we have a top seller, which I kind of knew when I created it would be a top seller. But what catapulted it was so Lupita Nyong'o, the actress.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
She's a Kenyan actress. She's an Oscar award-winning Kenyan actress, Lupita. Yeah. So she's in the US, and she wore one of my lipsticks to she was doing the Oscar. She was going on all the award shows and that, and so it went crazy because I knew it would be loved. She loved it first. I sent her many, and that's the one she opted to use. And until today, it's our top seller. So in terms of product line, selling wise, our top selling product line is foundation. All these years later, I'm still studying. I'm still studying my customer, and I'm still studying the market, and trying to understand why people are liking this more than that. But yeah, it's foundation and powder, and then lipstick and lip gloss. Those are our top sellers. Eye makeup comes later, and now we've been introducing them to skincare, so that's getting up there. So yeah, it's a whole learning curve all day, every day.
Asia is I think skincare is a bigger market than the makeup. How do you describe the potential of the African beauty care market? How big is the African beauty care market, including makeup, skincare? Can you share some information?
Well, right now it's at I think 6.6 billion shillings. Which is, 2 years ago it was 5.4, and as projected, it has reached its projection. The beauty market, I'm going to say worldwide, even not even keeping to Africa, is recession-free. Like when there's a war, more lipsticks are sold. Women don't play with.
I'm familiar with that story. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then they run the households also, women run the household. So if she needs to buy fewer groceries so that she can get her, whatever beauty product is, she will, and she'll get away with it. So this is an industry that is one for sure, it's not going to dip, and it's only going to grow worldwide. Africa-wide, it's amazing. What I was doing, so in 2018, I opted to start to try and separate Suzie Wokabi and Suzie Beauty, because people call me Suzie Beauty, as if that's my name, but it's not my name. So I started to sort of separate the two because I want to have other brands under my name. And I've been doing research because I decided to define my purpose, which is to be an instrumental part of growing the African beauty industry. And the African beauty industry is amazing. You would not know it unless you research it really in depth. I found, of course, the best shea butter in Sudan. Or this guy has a beautiful makeup line in Morocco. Or this lady has an amazing, skincare brand in Cameroon. And nobody knows these brands. So I want to definitely be a huge part of bringing all these out there into inside of us, because even in Africa, we don't know this, and then into the international market, because it is possible.
Can you tell us
a lot of great raw material and great ingredients, which we get exploited for. We have so much the best aloe farms are here in Kenya,
yes.
But we don't have any fresh aloe product on the shelves. It's all exported and brought back inside of
That's a very familiar story. Somebody another guest on my podcast talk about coffee. The Ethiopia, they export everything. They export everything.
Exactly. But I could have it in my backyard, but I'm importing it and buying it. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's the
the finished product situation is just, it's difficult here, and manufacturing here is very difficult.
That is a perfect and very clear reason to start the business.
Yeah, my end goal for sure is to definitely, because I still don't manufacture locally, but the day I write on my packaging "Made in Kenya," that's when I'll know I've made it. That's when I'll know I'm successful. Right now, I'm not successful yet.
Can you tell us about how company has grown since establishment? Any measurement you can share with us in terms of annual sales, product, number of sales, etc., whatever?
So for sure, it's been an upward growth since the beginning, whereby of course, like being a pioneer brand, having nothing to benchmark against, and this is where we are. That's for me like a big uphill battle won on its own. And then now, since we started with 9 products, then we went to 11, and then we went to now I said we're like 18 or 19 or so, and so just that progression is great. And then through the years, we've had a few different investment partners, and some people helping us with the funding and that type of thing. But in 2015, early 2016, the brand was acquired by a bigger group, which is a publicly traded company called the Flame Tree Group, and they acquired the brand Suzie Beauty. I say they acquired Suzie Beauty, and they acquired me as well, because I get to run.
So you're part of the deal.
I exactly.
You're part of this. You're sold.
I was bought. Yeah. So so that for me as a creative who was trying to run a business but still be creative and really good about it, it was difficult for me then. Became a lot easier for me thereafter, running it under Flame Tree, because they have all the systems in place and the logistics and the operations and all the hard stuff that a business has to run under. So that was made much easier for me. So I could actually do what I know how to do, which is all the creative stuff. So I've been doing all like product development, marketing, PR. I oversee sales, just making sure everything is well. And then also just scouting new locations, like scouting new territories, and yaying or naying all the people who are, scouting us also, because people come to us, they're like, I'm in South Africa, like I'd like to carry your product. But if you don't know how to carry the product in your territory, then it's a no-go, because I will never know. I'm still trying to understand Kenya. Let's start there. So I can't yet try to understand South Africa or or Zimbabwe or Morocco. It's difficult. And so, and Africa is my priority. I do want to spread out throughout as much as possible. And that is the end goal, to get to as many homes, to be a where do you go? What do you buy for beauty? Suzie Beauty must be the first name, in as many homes in Africa as possible.
Yeah, that's ambitious goal. I'm sure you can make it happen. But I've tried to accept the fact that my granddaughters, which I only have 2 very small sons, my granddaughters will be the beneficiaries of my effort. Yes. Let me ask an interesting question. Very interesting question.
Tell me.
Let's assume that the outside investor, want to make a big bet on the cosmetic venture, whether it is Suzie Beauty or the new venture you're going to launch. Let's say they want to invest into your business venture, $100 million US. What do you want to do differently from now?
Let's say I started a new line. Is that yeah?
No.
Okay.
How do you want to disrupt the African beauty care market? Address needs and wants and the desire of the consumer. How do you want to do that? Yeah.
Okay, so I can answer that in 2 ways. Let me start with, so the reason why Suzie Beauty is sort of priced where it is because I knew for sure I cannot do mass market, which is very low end. One, because of my makeup artistry background and my reputation in the industry. I can't sell a lipstick for 100 shillings. I know that which is $1. There's lipsticks that are sold for $1 or $2, and I can't do that. Based on even what ingredients are they putting in there for it to be able to retail for $1. So I can't put my reputation in that. 2, I wanted to create my own product, so I found a way to get into the mid-range. I didn't want to do luxury, high-end, because the high-end people, they travel every month and they go and stock up on all their international products and bring them back. So that's not my customer. So I found my customer in that growing middle-class market. So when I'm saying I would love to create a lower-end brand, still high quality as it can be. Listen, for me, ingredients are so important, because this is your face, this is your skin, this is your blood. Some ingredients that are used in certain brands are, they cause cancer and they do all these bad things to your skin, like mess up your your visual, the light, skin lightening stuff. Like it's not good for. I mean, they are all carcinogenic. So leaving all those out of my product line would be very important. Even if it's a lower end line, all the ingredients have to be very, very, very safe, and I'm very particular about that. So yes, I am going to create another line, and that is one of my many plans of this year. 2020 did us all in, and yes, my mind is wide open and very willing, able, and ready to create more. And yeah, that's where this comes in. So tell me, was there a second part of your question? I feel like I haven't fully answered your question.
I mean, how do you want to disrupt the African beauty care market? What can you expect? What can you expect from you this year?
Oh wow, that's a great question, because a lot of people have been asking me to do a lot of different things through the years that I have said no to, because I'm very laser focused. Like if I'm doing one thing, I'm doing one thing and I'm doing it 100% right. But the pandemic has opened my mind. So I'm willing to spread my wings a bit further. So one thing I am doing already is my podcast, like you.
Yeah.
Is the Suzie Wokabi Podcast. And I'm on season 2 already now. And it was, like I said, it's very easy for me to interview people because I've been interviewed so many times. And then I want to create, another beauty line for sure. And then a few other brands. I'm a creative for sure. And I've got enough experience through the years to be able to have the right people around me to do the right things in the right way. So yeah, a bunch of stuff is coming up from Suzie Wokabi in 2021. For sure. This is going to be the year.
Right. So many plans, so many exciting plans.
Very many plans.
Yeah.
And good ones. Good. Fun one. Yeah. Yeah, this year has to be better than last year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we cannot stay depressed all the time, right? We have to deal with the situation.
No, that's not an option. Right. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I think a cosmetic can be a big potential for Africa. Also, I mean, African cosmetic can be good opportunity outside Africa as well, because as you just mentioned, you have a lot of unique ingredient in Africa. I think it can think in different direction, serving the local market consumer, as well as reaching out the consumer outside Africa. I mean, working together with the international or foreign cosmetic companies. So that's the potential.
For sure.
Thank you very much for taking time to be on the show today. I really enjoyed having conversation with you.
It was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.